What's up, design family, and welcome back to another episode of FittBite, the mini series on the Fittdesign podcast, where we take bite-sized episodes of the Fittdesign content that you love on all things sportswear, fashion, graphic design, and manufacturing, and we condense them down for you into easy to understand bite-sized episodes. On today's FittBite, we'll be looking at the top 8 hemlines suited for sportswear design. In this quick FittBite, we'll be running you through the definition of what constitutes as a hemline, as well as the different hemline types that exist that are suited towards the space. We'll also be giving you guys specific examples of garment types to use for each hemline and provide potential pros and cons to consider for each hemline type. Starting off, we will consider the definition of a hemline. A hemline is the line formed by the lower edge of a garment, such as a skirt, shorts, t-shirt, and is measured from the floor. The hemline is perhaps one of the most varied and versatile style line in a garment. You can change the shape of a hemline to accommodate pretty much any certain scenario, and that's why understanding what hemlines are available at your disposal and choosing the right one for the garment is key. Starting off, we'll consider the straight hemline, and as the name suggests, it's a straight cut that is parallel to the ground. It typically exits the side seam at a 90-degree angle, and it can be finished in a variety of cover stitch or top stitch methods. Our preferred method for sportswear items is a double needle cover stitch hem, where you turn in the hem and secure it to ensure that you have a clean line and that is unobstructed by any additional bindings or trimmings. This type of hemline is suited to pretty much any garment type that you can think of, even outside of the sportswear space. But when it comes to sportswear, we definitely recommend it for more performance-based items. It's an extremely no-frills hemline that gets the job done. Number 2, we will consider the scallop bottom hemline. This hemline is an extremely casual and fashion-focused hemline, and one that's characterized by a scoop at the bottom of the hemline, starting off at a perpendicular or parallel to the ground hemline that gradually transitions into a scoop and ends at the bottom of the hem or at the center of the t-shirt at a tangent, with a tangent that is parallel to the ground line. Scallop hemlines are characterized by more of a consistent and gradual curve rather than other types of rounded hemlines that we'll go on and discuss in later parts of this FittBite. The scallop hemline gives the appearance and illusion of a tapered physique and is extremely suited towards more casual items that have a broader appeal besides just performance. Number 3, the Shirttail hem. The Shirttail hem is quite similar to the scallop bottom hemline in the sense that it too features a curved appearance. However, a Shirttail hem, though following similar pushes and pulls when it comes to the shape and curvature, is much more structured and rigid in its execution of these pushes and pulls. Whereas a scallop bottom hem is a lot more gradual in its curvature, a Shirttail hem is a lot more structured and has a lot more purpose built into the ways in which the curved hem appears. It's not uncommon to see with a Shirttail hem the rear hemline being longer than the bottom hemline, and the goal here is to allow the quarter part or the most bottom quarter part of the garment to be tucked in and secured into trousers. Usually you'd secure this with a belt, and though this is not necessarily a strictly sportswear hem, it is one that we can incorporate into sportswear items, especially more of the casual items. It's also not uncommon to see brands creating garments fitted for a more formal appearance like button-up t-shirts, and at the same time incorporating performance materials and a much more fitted and athletic look to suit much more tapered and athletic physiques. So a Shirttail hem would definitely be suited if you're going after a formal market within the fitness niche. Pushing on in the realm of rounded hemline types, we have the baseball hem. And the baseball hem, just as its name suggests, gets its start in the baseball space. It was typically seen on baseball jerseys, and it also allows this type of hemline to be tucked into trousers and secured. Whereas the scallop bottom hemline as well as the Shirttail hemline feature perpendicular portions that exit the side seams, with the baseball hemline you have a straight scoop that exits the side seams, sort of like a half pipe that you would see at a skateboard park. Number 6, we have our stepped hemline. Our stepped hemline is a fashion-focused straight bottom hem where the front hemline is shorter than the back hemline. A typical type of product that uses this is a polo shirt. If you think about the Ralph Lauren iconic polo tee, you'll notice that they incorporate a split hem which creates a separation in the side seam, and then a front hemline that is shorter than the back hemline, creating somewhat of a staggered appearance. It's not uncommon to see this hemline incorporated into more sportswear focused items that have a casual appeal and a sort of versatility that is afforded by this fashion focused look. Next, we'll consider the brother of the stepped hem, and this is known as the hex hem. The hex hem is exactly as the name suggests. It features somewhat of a split hem that separates the side seams, but instead of creating a straight up and down slit, a hex hem tapers in at a almost 15 to 20 degree angle in order to create this hex-like shape. This hex-like shape creates the split hem look that separates the side seams and also gives this hemline its characteristic appearance. Moving forward, we have the banded hem. This type of hemline is seen on outerwear pieces like pullover hoodies and jackets. Usually, these types of garments featured relaxed or oversized cuts that create excess fabric around the waistline. What a banded hem will do is it will help tie in everything and create a snug and fitted appearance. It's not uncommon to see banded hems use either ribbed fabric or elasticated trims. This type of hemline is usually reserved for hoodies, but it can be used on more or less outerwear type items. And lastly, moving on from the banded hem, we have the gathered hem. Where the banded hem creates a snug fit, the gathered hem takes it to the next level. This type of hemline is applied mostly onto windbreakers, and it would typically feature some sort of adjustment or secure system, whether it's elasticated pull cords or drawstring. In this case, the fabric is stacked together to create a gathering type appearance at the hemline. This is a great way to seal in the garment to ensure windproofness and waterproofness. In conclusion, there are a variety of different great hemline types that exist in the fashion space. Consider this as a beginner's guide on hemline types, but it is also important to do your research and to find the necessary hemlines that best suit your vision. If you guys enjoyed this episode of FittBite, please consider leaving us a rating. It really does help us out. We love to hear what you liked and didn't like about these episodes, and potentially what episodes of FittBite you'd like to see in the future. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of FittBite, and until next week, stay awesome.